Let me for you go jogodo.
Jagodo just made history, and Nigeria is not ready for this conversation. Let me tell you something. When two lions decide to move together, the ground shakes. And right now, the ground is shaking so hard, Spotify servers are probably sweating. Wizkid and Asake's Jagodo has just become the first Nigerian song of 2026 to hit 30 million streams on Spotify, and it did it in just 33 to 34 days. 33 days. Some people haven't even finished their New Year resolutions, and these two men have already rewritten history. Welcome to Celeb Clope, where the Nigerian entertainment industry serves hot, and we serve it hotter. Now let's talk about what really happened here, because this is not just a number. This is a statement. This is Wizkid and Asake standing in front of the entire African music industry, looking it dead in the eye, and saying, "We run this." Jagodo dropped on January 15, 2026, as the lead single from their joint EP, Real Volume 1. The moment that release date was announced, the internet went feral. The comments were chaos. The anticipation alone was enough to break timelines. People were debating who would outshine who was carrying the song, whose fans were louder. Classic Nigeria, always bringing the drama before the music even lands. But then the music landed. And everything went quiet for about 3 seconds before the entire country lost its mind. In its first 24 hours alone, Jagodo pulled 1.388 million streams on Spotify Nigeria. 1.388 million. In a single day. That broke the record for the biggest single-day streaming debut for a collaborative release in Nigerian history. Not African history, Nigerian history. And Nigeria does not play when it comes to music consumption. We stream like our lives depend on it. So for a song to pull those numbers in one day, in a market this competitive, this saturated, this opinionated, that is not luck. That is legacy meeting the moment. By the end of its first week, Jagodo had accumulated over 6.6 million streams. Let that marinate. 6.6 million in 7 days. The song was not just performing, it was dominating. It was the kind of performance that makes record labels call emergency meetings and industry insiders start rethinking everything they thought they knew about the current landscape. And then the chart happened. Jagodo climbed to number 1 on the Spotify Nigeria Daily Top Songs chart and stayed there. Not for a week. Not for 2 weeks. For over 30 consecutive days. 30 days at number 1. That is one of the longest chart runs in the history of that chart. Some songs come out, have a moment, and disappear before you can even learn the lyrics. Jagodo came out, sat down at the top of the table, and refused to move. Like it owned the place. Because, honestly, it did. Now here is where it gets interesting. The Nigerian music industry in 2026 is not the same industry it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. Competition is fierce. New artists are emerging every single week. Streams are being split across more songs, more artists, more platforms than ever before. For a song to cut through all of that noise and reach 30 million streams in just over a month, that tells you something profound about where Wizkid and Asake sit in the ecosystem right now. Wizkid is not new to milestones. The man has been collecting records like trophies since before some of today's biggest artists even had deals. But this feels different. This feels like a deliberate move. A power play. Teaming up with Asake, who himself has been one of the most consistent, most distinctive voices in Afrobeats over the last few years, and creating something that clearly resonated not just with fans but with the streaming algorithm, the culture, and the moment. Asake brings something to this collaboration that is uniquely his. That rough, spiritual street energy that he carries in his music, it does not dilute when paired with Wizkid's smoothness. If anything, the contrast is what makes Jagodo magnetic. You feel it differently depending on your mood. Some days it hits like a celebration. Some days it hits like a reckoning. That is the mark of music that is genuinely good, not just popular, genuinely good. And Nigeria recognized it. The streets recognized it. The diaspora recognized it. 30 million streams do not lie. Streaming numbers can be inflated in conversation, exaggerated in debates, but when Spotify publishes the data and the charts show a 30-plus day number 1 run, there is no argument to be had. The people have spoken. What this milestone also does is set the tone for the rest of 2026. Every artist watching this will feel the pressure. Every label will be recalculating. Every collaboration being planned right now will be held up against Jagodo as the benchmark. That is the weight of a record like this. It does not just celebrate the present, it shapes what comes next. The Nigerian entertainment industry is always moving, always evolving. And Celeb Clope is right here in the middle of it, bringing you every development, every milestone, every moment that matters, raw, real, and without the sugarcoating. Jagodo is history. But trust me, the year is still young and this industry has more surprises loading. Stay locked in, because what's coming next is going to have people talking for months. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a single story. Every week, Celeb Clope brings you the inside of Nigerian entertainment, and you do not want to be the last one to know.